Oh, and to you, Mark, we're now live. Good evening, everybody. A very warm welcome. There are the four of us tonight, the usual suspects. Very warm welcome to everybody. And just see who's in chat and say a few hellos. Paul, good evening, Paul. Grant Mullins, good evening, Grant. Good evening to VP in chat on here. Simon62, evening, Simon. What do you mean, up TVP? What about the rest of us? No, I know TVP was in chat. It's not smoke, evening, it's not smoke. Shrek, good evening, Shrek. Bill Dawson. Grant Mullins, did I say Grant? Don't think so. Rufus, evening, Rufus. Thumb down already. Yeah, never mind, eh? Evening, Eric. Thanks for your comment on my last review. Mick King, Patrick Pyle, Chris Doyle. If that's his real name, I'm in a lot of trouble now, aren't I? Graham. Who else we got? Scott Morrison, Adrian Mason, evening Adrian. Scott Lee, evening Scott. Belfast Bearded Vapor, good evening. Graham Jackie Chan, evening Jackie Chan.
Evening Mustache.
Chris Doyle, I think I said. Belfast, I said. Grant Mullins. Ants in My Eyes, good evening. David Adair, evening David. And Rob, UK Vapester, evening Rob. Coyle, evening Coyle. Daniel, good evening Daniel. There is a way, I need to look at this later. There's a way I can change things. There's been some upgrades. I'll talk about that later. Tim Rice, did I say Tim Rice? Justin, evening Justin. Mark John, hope I pronounced that right. Dion78, Lynn, evening Lynn, another spanner. Super Hot Wheels, cool, we've got a few in tonight, haven't we? Rajit, TVP again. Gazy cover songs. Some names tonight, isn't there? Simon62, I said. Mark Trigwell, I think I said, if I didn't have now. Mindful Smile. Thumb just came right across where I was reading. Does that on mine? You can't see it on yours. And I think Lynn, Pav, evening Pav, Matthew Barton. Thought I must be getting to the end. I am now getting to the end. Jackie Chan, I think I said. Peter Kendall. Boom. All done. A very warm welcome to everybody in chat. Hello to you all. Right. Well, good evening to my three co-hosts. How are we all this week?
Grand.
I've been better. I felt a bit ropey last couple of days. I've had a real sore throat, scratchy cough.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, but a couple of beers. I haven't been able to mount a lung either. I just said to you before we come on, I can't mount a lung because every time I have a pull, it just makes me cough. So,
do you think that's all these shows you've been on talking a lot? Then that's giving you a throat?
I think so. I think it might have something to do with it, Mark. I have pimped myself out the last week or so.
I love that look like you push it. I'll have you that look. I didn't say anything like you've been whoring yourself out on other shows or anything like that. I was far more diplomatic than that.
That's exactly what you just said.
I don't think so. Who wants to go first? What they're vaping on tonight? Roy, shall we start at the bottom right and go with young Roy? He always looks young. By the way, Roy, your shed in a garage is looking smarter and smarter by the week. I think that's looking good, that.
Yeah. Thank you. Not looking as good as TVP's, but I can aspire. But I'm on the non-elitist Ed Balance. Oh, camera's up there tonight. Ed Balance with the Mr. Zachary V2 Lite, which the reviews just come out for that. In that, I've got some super good salt. No idea what flavor it is. It's not that great. I've got my Drag 3 with the VP PMP pod on top of it. And in that, I have got some Momo juice. That's me. I've just got the two in the go tonight. I've been busy just trying to get things sorted around the house and not had anything re-wicked up lately. So. And so I'll pass across.
You're passing it. Go on then. You pass it.
I'll pass it.
Yeah, I'm pleased with that. I'm pleased with that. Carry on.
I'll pass it to Mr. Jackson.
All right, we've got a few tonight. Got a few bits. Got the Aegis Legend with the Aromarizer Plus V2 as usual. I've got a bit of Gongo Bongo in that. Love that stuff. We've got. I did say this on Twitter the other week.
Whoa! What's Gongo Bongo?
Congo Bongo.
Yeah.
You got to have heard of Congo Bongo.
No.
It's a drip axe juice.
Right.
It's I'd say you've got Mountain Dew and you've got a kind of lilt. You're basically hitting straight down the middle. You're getting a bit of both.
Right.
If that makes sense. So that's your Congo Bongo. Mark, there is a review on my channel for that if you fancy that.
Stop already.
Oh,
Stop already. 5 minutes in.
You've got to get in there, mate. I did say this on Twitter. I think I put it on Instagram as well. I forgot how good this was, and that's Mark's True Tank. And I've got a bit of TVPs, strawberry custard. Loving that. It's getting better and better. That is. No, that's getting better and better.
Why come you stuck us on left? That's all I know.
Right. And last thing, I'll say the juice first. Got strawberry punch here. Now the review is up for that. Come out the other day. Check it out. Right. And we got that. I think this is how you say it. So bear with me. Is it the Gas Mods Palace? Something like that. Mouth to lung tank. That's on the. Oh yeah.
I have.
No.
What's that? What do you think of that mouth to lung tank? The Palace.
It's obviously, like I said in the review, it's not bad flavour. I can't.
Oh, have you got a review up for that as well?
Yeah, got a review for that. Yeah, got a review for that. Fancy that.
When TVP's telling us what he's vaping on, you can put all the links in.
No, the only thing that's wrong with it though is the airflow. Everything. It's on a ball bearing, so the actual airflow ring comes off, and then you've got a single ball bearing, and it just keeps spinning, so it don't stop. So if you're not looking what you're doing, you miss the airflow hole, and then you take a pull on it, and it's like flipping. However, you get a bad throat hit like that. That's the only sort of letdown, my opinion.
Right.
And that's it. That's it for tonight, guys.
Okay.
Over to TVP.
Yo, everybody, welcome. I feel like I'm home again. I'm back home, back on the Naturevape show. So yeah, I feel good tonight. So I'm on the Drag 3 with the Freemax M Pro 2 with the RBA coiling, which is better than most standard RCAs. I'll tell you that right now. Fantastic, fan-fucking-tastic vape in this with the RBA. Although it's ugly as sin, isn't it? Look at that.
A bit ugly, isn't it?
It's awful, but the vape on it's like outstanding. Independent mods Violator as usual. That's my all day, everyday setup with me just jamming, and I'm still trying to vape this tight and dry. I've got that much juice left before it goes in the shit bin. That's how much juice.
That no good, Mark?
The tank's alright. I hate the mod. The mod's fucking vile, disgusting, horrible piece of trash. Yeah, and I've got some just jamming there. Obviously, I would normally be vaping on my elitist Ed Balance with a K Fun, but yeah, I can't vape mouth to lung because my throat's scratchy as hell. Also, on a nice little cheeky cold Carlin just to ease the throat, you know what I mean? And I don't know if anyone's noticed tonight. So we did have a discussion last week, not on here, but about having some artwork behind me. Now, I have painted my logo myself. Okay, I know it looks like a child's done it, but I'm super proud of it. I painted that from scratch.
I wouldn't say
Look at that.
child. I think.
No, that looks good.
Did you get the protractor out and everything, Mark?
No, I just eyeballed everything.
Did you? Yeah, I did that.
Eyeballed it, yeah.
I'd have had to have gone all down the technical drawing route, I would.
But I wanted it like, so when I painted it all, I brushed over it with some really watery black because I wanted it like the washed out look. And I think it's come out all right, to be fair. Pretty pleased with that.
It looks really good.
Yeah.
Hopefully, for smaller screens, but hopefully people can see it well that are watching in.
Yeah, I can see it. I can see it good on the YouTube channel, so it's quite it's
that's
big enough. Yeah.
Good. That's come through all right then. That's good, good, good.
Yep.
Right. Thank you, Mark. Well, what am I on? I'm not on much different this week from last week. I'm still on this Voopoo thing. I still haven't managed to get this PMP coil to leak yet. So I don't know if I've just been lucky or what. And the flavour's really, really good.
My wee sister's got one as well, and she fills hers quite a lot. She's always taking it out and putting different juices in and everything else. She'd use the 2 ml tank instead of the 4 ml one. And I think the more you take it out in and out, the more chance you have it later.
Right. I still haven't. I mean, I've filled it several times. In there, I've got the strawberry banana milkshake, the sample, soon to be a reality.
You've still got some left too. I have none left of any of them.
No, I got no strawberry milkshake left.
I saved mine, but I mean, we'll have a chat about the juice in a minute because there is a little bit of news. Nothing major, but a little something to get us excited about. I'm also on the Dot Mini with the Mission XV inside, and a little bit like Jackson, a review was done for this at the weekend. so anyone who hasn't seen it, obviously hop along, have a look, hit the.
I've seen it. I watched it.
You did, and you commented, Mark. Yeah,
I did watch it. Yes,
yeah.
Superb.
Thank you, Mark. Thank you. I actually did it a bit differently this time, and I'm not sure. We'll perhaps chat about that as well in a little while. I'm not sure if that's a better way or not. It felt disjointed to me. And I'm on my, obviously, elitist one, the Ed Balance with the Ed Zachary on top. Clever Ed. Clever Ed. Now, I noticed, Roy, that you did a review on the Ed Zachary V2, and you came under a little bit of criticism I saw in the comments.
I did. Well, two comments. One aimed at me and one aimed at you.
I know, and I responded to the one aimed at me.
I saw your response, and I think your response was basically the same as I said, is you didn't want to, yes, there's getting the Zacharys, and there's getting the real thing, but then trying to bring in the Zacharys for a real thing, parts. I don't think, because you can't guarantee that they're going to fit.
Basically, most of you won't know what was said, but basically, I'm not saying I was being told I was a hypocrite for. On the one hand, with the Dwarf, I said I didn't want to put cloned inserts in it. The reason I didn't want to do that is because if I still said it's not vaping that well, everyone would have said, that's because you ain't got the genuine inserts. You're an arsehole. Mm-hmm. So I didn't want to conflict the two. But then Roy reviewed the Ed Zachary, the Ed Zachary V2. And the comment was, well, how come Mark said he didn't want to use clone bits for his Dwarf? Yeah, he's happy to stock the Ed Zachary. So that was why, really. And, I guess I can understand where the comment came from. You can kind of see the logic there. Yeah, I suppose it did appear a little that way. But that was why. It was because I didn't want to mix and match genuine parts with clone parts in a genuine tank and then comment on it, because I don't think that would be right. Do you?
Well, no, it wouldn't, because like you just perfectly said, you're going to open yourself up to even more criticism if you say you don't like the tank. People will just bash you, like you said, and say, well, using clone inserts, fuck off. So you can't win either way. You can't win either way. Look, there's a reason why he stocks the Ed Zacharys, and they're for cheap bastards like me and a lot of people in chat, okay? If you don't like it, don't watch the video, don't buy one. Simple as that.
Yeah,
that's what the other comment, the first comment I actually had was, effing clone, stay up and buy the real thing, which I responded by saying, well, people may not have that sort of money to throw about and get something and then to find out they don't like it, whereas if they buy something cheaper, find out they like it, then they could end up saving up and actually buying the original if that's what they wanted to do.
Which is what I've done before with Carefums. I've had 2 Carefum clones and gone out and bought 2 authentics because I loved it that much. One was with the Carefum 4 and one was with the 2019. So there's a case for them. There's absolutely a case for them. And I've always said, don't be bitching. You know, if you're not into clones, then that's fine. You don't have to come and be abusive and aggressive. Just, you know, we can have a discussion about it. We've discussed it many times. I've discussed it with anti-cloners many times, and they end up semi-respecting what you say because, you know, there's a good argument for, there's a good argument against. Who's right? Who's wrong?
The other,
I had exactly the same comment right off the exactly same person.
Oh, same person. Was
Yeah, exactly the same. I had two comments, one aimed at you, Mark, and one aimed obviously at me. The only thing I'd done, which I wish I didn't have done, I did delete the comment when I should have kept it up really and said something back. But
I would have been way less diplomatic than you two, by the way. Just saying.
Really?
Really, Mark? Would you have said something back to them like just F off?
You know, fight fire with fire, innit? If they couldn't go on and be a dick, then treat them like a dick.
No, I see. If they want to be dick, I'm leaving the comment up and give them a reasoned response back again. And if they still want to be a dick about it, it shows them up to be a dick. So that's my thoughts.
Everyone's entitled to their opinion, aren't they? And we've all got. I've never known anything cause so many mixed views, and including in my head as well at times. I've had mixed views on clones and how is it right? Is it wrong? You know, look what's just happened. Is that a clone of my Nest RDA, the Watofo SMRT coil? Have they copied me? I don't care. Crack on. It's called progress, and that's where things will get developed and we'll all benefit from. That's the bulk of my attitude, and everything I've ever done in this industry has been copied. So, you know, when people ever go at me for selling a clone, I just say, my head sleeps well at night, and you know, it is.
Look, it's called an open marketplace. An open marketplace. If you don't, let's say it's Formesto, right? If they don't heavily trademark that fucking, you know, the Carefund 2019 or the version 2, which they've done now, then whose fault is it that if it gets cloned? Is it their fault? Is it China? Is it us for buying them? It's an open marketplace, and there's a market for the cheaper version, and there's a market for the authentic. People who buy the authentic wouldn't look twice at a clone, and most people who buy the clone wouldn't look twice at the authentic because they'd scoff at the price. Yeah. So the two never need intertwine.
The one thing I do like about the Ed Zachary V2 is there is no printing on that tank whatsoever. It's not trying to be a replica of the original anyway, because there's no writing on it. So, you know, you can't sit on say the pubs were open, soon to be open. You can't sit it on the bar and think, yeah, look, I got everyone. That's a K-Fund. No, it's not. There's no writing on it at all.
Well, listen, anyone who buys the Ed Ballant, the Ed Zachary one, if they're swanning around trying to pass it off as a real Carefund, then they're just a dick. You're just a cock. Don't do that. No. Just be proud of the fact that you own a superb knockoff.
A bit like having a Kia, really.
Yeah, and if anyone don't like it, fuck off. Off your pot. I can't be doing with people who gets, you know, come at me with a sensible argument, and then we'll talk. Don't come effing and jeffing and calling me a dickhead for a review. Piss off.
Yeah.
It's like people who buy a Fiat and pass it off as a bath.
There was nothing Fiat on that car. All right.
Did you notice he went closer to the microphone? Angered the beast. You've angered the beast.
I'm dead.
Oh dear. So the little bit of news we've got tonight is tomorrow. I'm going to send these off to you. There's 3 packs. I've got one as well. This is version 2, 3, and 4 of the Kilberry juice for us all to try and all to pass on. Hopefully we'll get the finished product from one of those, and then we will have all 3. Then we can crack on. Mark, I'm sure, has got his label all designed and ready to go.
It's actually a work in progress. So I've seen one version and I weren't happy with it. So it is a work in progress. Okay. Now here's the thing. So when we do get a label designed, are we going to get this geezer to make all the labels?
No, I think they can be printed. Unless is this Well, we can talk about that perhaps after the show. If that's
Yeah.
something he would rather do, I don't know how he's geared up for it. If he says, no, if I'm designing it, I'd like to print it, then, I don't see why there'd be objection there, but we'll see. We'll have a chat.
Okay, yeah, we'll talk. There's something we can talk about anyway.
Now, the other thing, Mark, I heard, was it on your What's Going Down? I think it was. Sorry, I just got a message come through. You said that I wasn't happy for you to call the juice a name that you decide, Mark. And
Yeah.
just put TVP on it. I'm happy. It's your juice. I'm happy for you to do whatever you want.
No, I think I never said you were. What I explained the situation and said you would rather, and I kind of agreed with you when you put your argument across. You would rather that it just had my name and my logo on, which is absolutely fine. And in hindsight, I agreed with you. And it was ultimately your call at the end of the day, or it was you.
It's my suggestion. I just think you are the brand. That's what I thought, and that was my. But as for calling it, it still needs to be called a name, doesn't it? It's still a juice. Or did I misunderstand you?
No, we've pretty much got the name, haven't we? We just need the names, or some names of the different flavors. That's all. I think we've got the name nailed down.
That's it.
Well, you've got the what's Kilberry? You've that nailed down to what you wanted to call it.
Killenberry.
Yeah, the name of that's pretty much nailed on. I've chosen a name for that.
It's just the strawberry custard and the banana and strawberry milkshake.
Yeah. Exciting. Looking forward to it all. But no, Mark, that's what you said. And I didn't want you. God forbid TVP get bullied. Could I even do that? But
no.
And
I don't want to bulldoze you somewhere you don't want to go. You know what I mean? That's all. I just want you to be happy. That's all. That was my only thoughts.
Are you going with the strap line?
Yeah, of course.
The juice has to be worth the squeeze, doesn't it, Mark?
It's got to be worth the squeeze. If it's not worth the squeeze, then what's the point? Yeah.
There you go. Marketing and everything done.
What was it I read this morning? If you can work out why a pizza is round, served in a square box, and you eat it in triangles, you're a step closer to understanding a woman. I thought that was quite good.
Good luck with that.
I hadn't even thought of it before today when I saw it on
Understanding a woman, that's on a par with what's the meaning of life, isn't it? You just forget about it. Like.
Right, I obviously. Right. Are my TVP juice samples in the post? UK Rob UK Vapester, and Mark has replied, not until we get the go ahead. Yeah, so they will be, I'm sure. Mark, we want to send some samples out to reviewers, don't we?
Oh, will they? Rob might be off the list now. He's quite offensive to me yesterday. So Rob Tarquin might be off the list now. Yeah, son.
I didn't
Stop press news.
Was this on your other show?
No, he tried being offensive, but he's too posh for that, isn't he? Let's be fair.
He's so used to getting the butler to throw out the offences.
Kev has put in here, who can recommend good straight blueberry vape? Can't seem to find one. Don't want it mixed with anything else, just plain blueberry. Well, there's types of blueberry anyway.
Mix your own. If you want plain blueberry, just mix your own.
If Michelle's in chat, would ask her. I was sent her out loads of different juices. They have a nice blueberry.
Blueberry.
I remember
has been quite a popular flavour, isn't it? Really, but there's
But they tend to mix it with menthol, or mix it with mint, or mix it with aniseed.
Yeah, there's always something in with it, innit? Because blueberry on its own is a little bitter. It is quite bitter. But I'd say if you want just a plain blueberry, just mix your own.
I thought Scott Lee said that Roy is looking very gay today. It's grey today. You're a bit. I suppose it is a bit greyer, but you've put your shells up that are everything's blending. I think it looks good, Roy.
Yeah, I got a shelf at Wildcard.
Yeah.
I just need to colour the walls in. Get the crayons out. They're not like TVP's artwork, but
Can't all be like Bob Ross like me, you know what I mean? on me easel. Hey, well, I didn't have an easel. I just did it on the desk.
it looks good.
Coyle
like
has asked you a
I'm loving
question
the Man
in
United.
chat, Mark. TVP,
You want, mate?
TVP, I can't find that RBA anywhere. Do you know anywhere?
No, I told him, yeah, no, it's, I'll have to ask Freemats because they sent it over, so I don't even know if it's released yet. I'm not sure.
Right. Okay.
Hopefully soon, because it is. Listen, for an RBA that goes in a stockpile tank, this is a game changer. Trust me. I just wish the tank was nicer looking because it's just horrific.
Yeah, it's does look, but I mean, flavors what it's all about, isn't it? You know, as long as if it vapes well, then I think it's got to be 80% of it, isn't it? Looks are an after.
All right, vape's superb. The coils they give you are quite small as well in the RBA kit, and I looked at the deck and I weighed it up, and I managed to fit 2 3mm aliens in, 4-coat aliens, which are quite beefy coils, so they're fitting perfect. It just vapes like an absolute dream.
Glad you mentioned coils, Mark. Haven't got it yet, but these coils, which if I show it on green screen, it's going to go all bizarre. But let's have a go. The mouth to lung NIAD 28 plus 38 1 ohm pre-made coils. We sell so many of these, and they're so popular. And I've had 3 or 4 people say, "Is it possible I can have them wound the other way?" Because as we know, some mouth to lung tanks, you would have preferred them wound, say, counterclockwise if these were clockwise. And it was hard, believe it or not, it was hard to get it done like that. So what I've done is I've bought some reel of it so that you can cut and wind your own and put as many loops as you want on it and in as whatever. You might decide you don't want an inner diameter of 2.5. You might want to go down to 2. So the wire will be available, all made up. All you got to do is cut it and wind it. So I think that would be a good help a lot of people out.
No, it'd be good to sell them in rods. A lot of coilers do that now. It's just sell, you know, about big of the coil.
Yeah, this will be on a reel, so just off the reel. So get it done. So hopefully that'll please a lot of people. And we sell. So I'm going to guess that we sell probably somewhere between 200 and 300 tins a month of those mouth to lung coils. Unbelievable.
Wow.
They're just so popular. So that's good. I'm not chuffed with that, but try and help people out on that one. Ed G, good evening, Mark. Well, which one? Are you Jacksoning? Are you Robertsing, or are you Burnsing?
You're Mark. I'm TVP. I am Mr. A. Nell Prober, and that's Jackson.
Oh, yeah, Mr. A. Nell Prober.
Yeah.
Well, how does that mean?
Read it without a dot.
Hey, Neil. Hey, Neil.
Yeah.
Mr. A. Nell Prober.
Can I just say, your camera is looking fantastic. Everybody's talking about my
camera.
but yeah.
Really?
The picture quality on your camera is fantastic.
Yeah, I've moved the whole out to get the camera like this.
A lot better than just the grey boxes behind you as well.
Do you reckon? Yeah. I've altered it a bit, moved the everything, mate. Everything. My day off, I've been, well, yourself, right? The issues I had last week with, having a picture, then I had no sound, and then tried to come back on. I had nothing, no picture, no sound, nothing at all. So last week all went a bit tits up, and then to top it all off, I had to have my dog put down after 14 years. I've had him since before I even had the kids. Broke my fucking heart, that did. Broke my heart. So last week weren't a very good week at all. And then I come home from the vets, literally no word of a lie, come home, sat down, the TV blew up on the wall.
Okay, now
I'll tell you one. So not a very good week at all last week for me. So hopefully, fingers crossed, a little bit better now this week. So yeah, that's
Yeah,
my week.
I'm sorry for your loss, mate. I know they're literally, it's a part of the family,
Yeah,
isn't it?
no,
Must
it
have
killed
been
me, mate.
terrible.
Killed me. Yeah, no, we had him since what I think he was about 8 weeks old, and I had him obviously before the kids were here and everything like that. And he's been with us. He'd go around the house, do what he wants to do. He's always been there. And the problem I seem to find myself now is, I know it sounds daft, but simple things like when we have dinner and stuff like that. We normally used to give him the old sausage and everything like that. I still find myself doing that, and he's not obviously here.
You will do for a bit.
Yeah, nah. So fingers crossed for a week.
Sorry for that, mate.
That's me.
That is the worst
So
part, having a dog, isn't it?
yeah,
I mean, I'm a dog lover through and through, and I think I said to you, Mark, that
yeah, you did.
my father died. We buried him, and I was fine, really. But I had my dog put down. I couldn't see the road home. It's unbelievable, the emotion. But we don't have them long enough, do we? We humanise them, and you have them. If you're lucky, you're 14 years, and mine's 14 now, and you can sort of see the decline. They get to know you, don't they? So they even know where you walk, and they're almost like dancing around your feet, almost like, especially in our kitchen. That he knows exactly where to stand when the dishwasher's let's lick the plate.
Yeah. It's just
so they get to know you, and then it's all gone, and it's heartbreaking.
Yeah. It is. It's like obviously when I was taking it, because obviously I knew he was being put down and everything like that. I knew that. Obviously you feel bad, in the heart, and then I thought I ain't gonna cry. I thought I'd be all right, but then when I was there, that was it. It's just
I was the same.
tears. I couldn't stop crying, and I didn't. When you're in a situation where you don't know what to do,
Yeah,
and that's what it was. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know the answer. I didn't know nothing.
Yeah, well, like I said, there's such a massive part of your family, and I guess when we do get pets, dogs, whatever, you the best you can hope for is they have a cracking life, live to a ripe old age, 14, 15, 16, without any complications, and that's like the best you can hope for, isn't it? It sounds clear. It's clear as day. You love the dog, and he love you. So yeah, it's just terrible, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it. So I don't think it's like I've talked to the missus and stuff like that. I know it's early days and everything like that, but I don't think I'd go for that again. I really don't think I could.
No, it's a wrench.
I don't know. Yes, you like you said, Matt. 14 years is a long time, but it ain't really, is it?
No,
it's not a massive amount of time. So I don't think I'm going to put myself in that position again.
For us, it's not. It feels short and sweet, but I guess for the dog, I mean, that's 14 in dog years. It's got to be late 80s.
Yeah, I think it's late 80s, 90s, or something like that, isn't it?
Yeah, because I mean, Becca's mum and dad have got a little Yorkie. How old's she, Bert? 16, almost 17 now, and you can see that she's going through a massive decline at the moment, and it's like, me and Becca see it, and we're like, she's not got long on, like a year at best. But they're like the owners, and mum and dad really struggle to see it because I guess they don't want to see it, or it's strange. It's like literally is part of your family. So yeah, sorry, man.
Yeah, try and ignore it, don't you? That's what you do. But no,
I think
onwards and upwards now.
Probably just give yourself a bit of time there, Mark.
Yeah, no, I know it's early. I know it was only it was Thursday last week,
Yeah,
so it's like I said to it. Everything's just a bit. Even when you go to bed, you'd hear him when you go to bed. You'd make sure he's comfortable for. That sounds stupid, like my kid, but I'd make sure he's all right before we went to bed and everything like that. Let him know.
In 2 or 3 weeks' time, someone will say something to you like, "You don't know anyone looking for a dog, do you?" It will just happen. I think possibly.
Yeah. I was just going to ask that. Obviously, it's very raw and it's only been a week. But in the future, can you see yourself maybe getting another dog at some point?
To be at this minute right now, no.
Yeah, no, yeah, obviously.
I don't know. It's the thing that done me, and like I says, when I had him put down, and they said to me, "How do I want him?" The vets were very decent, and they says, "How do you want him to be put down?" So I got on the floor with him and laid with him on the floor, and I don't know. That killed me inside. So for that, the amount of because I didn't think I'd feel that bad. I can't see myself being able to do that again, if that makes sense.
I know that.
Yeah, but
Do you know
I
what
mean,
mean?
was it a boy? Was it a boy?
Yeah, he's a boy, yeah.
Yeah, so at least he was with his best mate, you know what I mean, when he went and you were there. So that's like one, you know, he weren't on his own, he weren't suffering or anything. He was with his busy mate and, you know, he went peacefully. That's all we can ask, isn't it? You go peacefully at a decent age. Yeah.
It's like obviously I'd have liked the missus to have been there as well, but obviously with COVID and everything like that, they're really strict on it. So you had to have the mask on and everything like that, and they wouldn't have nobody else in. It was just literally one person, and that was it, and whatnot. So to be fair, they was decent. I stayed with him for a good 40 minutes after it all and everything like that. So you know, I can't argue with the facts, but
in a way, you're lucky. Months ago,
yeah,
it just took him off you at the door.
Yeah, no, other people have said that it's literally in and out. You're in and out the door, sort of thing.
Yeah.
But no, with these were cracking vets. They, you know, they didn't rush me. They didn't, no, because some people say they rush you out the door, take the payment, and rush you out the door. They didn't want no money straight away. They said come back to them in a couple of weeks, 3 weeks down the line. You know, like I said, they left me half an hour, 40 minutes with him afterwards. So I can't moan at that. Do you know what I mean? So I'm very happy that way.
Good.
So,
Iggy Mitchell's question, Mark, are you going to be stock the SMRT rebuildable? Yeah, I will, I think, Iggy, yeah. I meant to put this build in here, but I haven't done it yet. But
what is that fucking thing? I keep seeing it everywhere. Is it like you can rebuild stock coils?
Rebuildable are the PMP coil, basically. So
why would you want to rebuild a shit coil though? I don't understand.
I don't think PMPs are shit coils. I like them.
I think they're leaky.
Well, that's what I want to find out. So what they've done, Mark, I don't know if you can see this.
Not shit. Shit's the wrong word. I think they're just a bit leaky.
Coil building tool inside, fairly reminiscent of a Nest coil building tool, with some mesh,
like a nest,
with some wick.
Like a nest.
Like a nest.
We have a theme going on here.
Yeah, and there's the coil head as well, which I'll squeeze it to the side of the pack. I'm not sure if you can see that or not. And you build a coil head. So, I mean, speak as you find. I've only ever tried one of these coils, and that was last week in here in this Vupu. And I have to say, the flavour in that is good. I'm getting absolutely bone dry look, Mark. Absolutely no leaks. If it'll focus in, there you go. Nothing, not a drop. Is there a bit of mist on there? No, it's not. No,
and it's not weeps at all. Nothing.
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
See, I've tried it in 3 different things. I've had that. I've had 2 Vupu mods, and I've tried it in what was that thing, the XRP, and they all leaked. Not leaked, but weeped. Every single one weeped.
No, not so much as a weep. I couldn't remember the name, but the Drag X is what I put it in.
Oh, excuse me.
How much is it for the coil pack then to be making them?
I can't remember, Jackson, to be honest. They're not that much. They're not a massive amount of money.
How many coils can you make out of a kit then?
Well, I assume you can make, how many are there in there? 5? 4 or 5 bits of mesh. And yeah, there's some more cotton than that. So yeah, probably 5.
And you just get the one head?
Just the one head. But what I do like about it is, you know, I've always thought coil heads are such a waste of material, like for the environment, blah, blah. I'm a bit funny like that.
Here we go, fucking Greta Thunberg here.
I'm not a tree hugger. And but I do think
look at the children
to use it once and chuck it away. We're in a chuck away world, and so I don't think it's right. Same as the e-liquid bottles. I'm appalled by how many e-liquid bottles get chucked away.
Yeah, the bottles I agree with, the 10ml bottles especially.
Yeah,
you know, because you've got your next shot comes in your 10ml, and you put it into your short fill, so you're just getting loads of 10ml. But Mark, just think of the price of silver.
Aren't they recyclable like e-liquid bottles though?
You are an arse, Roy.
Well, like a coil, I can kind of agree with you. I'm not going to go full Greta like you, Mark, but are e-liquid bottles out there recyclable? Surely.
They are, but there's still energy being used in recycling, isn't there? Blah blah blah. If e-liquid came in what's your biggest e-liquid bottle you got there, Mark? 100 ml?
Probably a
250.
2 litre. No,
250. There you go. Doesn't that make more sense? One bottle lasts you ages.
It does, yeah, but not a lot of people want to, especially if you're trying a new juice. Do you want to commit to 250 ml and have that vapor tank and go, this is shit?
Yeah, I get it. I'm sure everyone would be prepared to take the punt on yours, though, Mark, because it's so.
I would like to hope so. Yeah, I would like to think so, Greta.
Greta. Start all that. David Fisher. There's one. Got some True Juice for the first time for my wife. She loves it. Excellent, David. I'm pleased. I don't know which flavour you got.
Which one exactly? I was about to ask what flavour do you get?
I don't know. Perhaps he'll tell us. I've tried Coil. I've tried the OG Free Max RBA and it's meh. But that new deck looks sweet. What else have we got? I'm on the Aspire Nico bearded Belfast bearded vapor. Good evening to you. With the OBS Cube and the Nex M Pro RBA and the Aspire rear. Whew. Talking of Aspire, I saw MF's review of the new Aspire RTA, which I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head now. Actually, he liked it. He said it vaped really well. But looking at the review, and I thought it did look quite an interesting tank, but it also looked quite dated to me. I thought just a simple 2-post. There was nothing new about that tank apart from, inserts. They've all been done before. But anyone else there? MF's review?
He's put it up. I haven't watched it.
New RTA Aspire. I'm sure it was no, it wasn't Aspire. It was, what was it? Look it up, Roy. Look it up. His last.
The last one I watched of his was the Reload S, which somebody pointed me to go and watch because he was getting a lot of shit about people cloning me.
Oh, right.
And then his missus had a rant about me in the chat, and I'm like, the fuck, man? I'm not even seeing the video, man. What are you even chatting about? Bringing me into it?
I'm sure his last video was something to do with Aspire, wasn't it?
Nico RTA by Aspire.
That's it. That's it. So hang on, MF's cloning you?
So here's the story. Bear in mind, there's no issue now, but I had to say something. So he's got a new lens for his camera,
right?
And I watched the video, and listen, does his build section look like what I do? Of course it does. It looks almost identical, but that's if that's what he wants to do, then that's what he wants to do. But there was a few comments in chat about do your own thing and don't clone CVP. Well, I didn't go through all the comments, but then Lisa put a comment in saying about here come the stupid TVP army or something. So I had to send her a message and I said, whoa, the fuck? Why are you even bringing me into it? I'd not even seen the video. Somebody pointed out and pointed me to the video and said, have you seen this? And I'm like, so I went and watched it, of course, and then checked the comments. And I'm like, come on. This is what causes arguments when people start name dropping and mentioning me. Like, it pisses me off.
I think it's undisputed, Mark, to be honest, that your coil build, photography, videography, whatever you want to call it, is just everyone comments on it, is stunning. So what else would you want to try and copy? Really?
Well, I will say one thing. And this is not a slight on anyone, but now I think one of Mike's arguments was, well, Homeboy Josh did it and Ambitions Vapor. Now, if you look at mine and what they used to do, nothing like each other. Absolutely like night and day, what they did and what I did. So I'd say yes, of course, by all means, do your macro builds, get close up and stuff like that, but put your own niche on it, put your own spin on it. It doesn't have to be a 1-to-1. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Kind of put your own little niche on it as well, because he's got the equipment there. He's good at what he does. So just put your own little spin on it. You don't have to be. Doesn't have to be identical.
Yeah, he's good at what I think. He's editing wise. He's really good at editing, and I'm not. But I mean, you have given me an idea for my next one, Mark. I think I'm going to go dum dum dum, and I'm going to drop the old juice on it. Focus on
Dum-de-dum-de-dum.
like a Hamlet cigar advert. I think mine would be.
I'll tell you what, though, it's not easy. It's not easy. It's not easy doing it and getting the getting in as close as I get in, because literally, I'll show you now. My camera. This is what I have my build camera on, this arm here, which literally goes right in front of me here, and then I have to work around it.
Oh, don't give all your tips away, Mark. Well,
No,
all
no,
You know when you're dripping the juice, Mark. You know when you are actually dripping the juice on the coils. What
yeah,
size
boy.
bottle are you using?
This fucker here.
The big 250ml bottle.
Yeah, man.
Oh, I thought you'd have a little 10ml.
I think actually I hadn't thought of this before, but when you drip that juice on, Mark, you could have a bit of cotton coming off the bottle, couldn't you? So the juice just goes down the cotton and just drips on the tank.
Are you giving me tips now, Mark?
Yeah. Be great, wouldn't it?
But it's not easy. It's not easy. It's not easy, especially when you got bad eyes like me. It's not easy. A lot of it's done in post editing. Trust me.
Mark, if I was to drip juice on the coil like that, the first one would hit my lap. I'm sure it would. It must be hard to do that. Daniel's comment, not to mention all the reviewers out there that started out reviewing clones who, once they make it, start slagging them off. I wonder who you could be talking about, Daniel.
I just don't see the big deal of clones, man.
I think he drinks in the North Bar. I'm sure.
I think he's definitely a North Bar drinker. I think. Listen, there's quite a few. Look at Jay Hayes. Jay Hayes used to review clones. There's no getting around it. He used to review counterfeit products, and look at his stance on it now. You know, there's reviewers in the UK. I'm not going to name names for obvious reasons, but they used to review Zachary's. You know, look at their stance on them now. So fuck off, man. You can't be an hypocrite. You can't have it both ways.
But
Another
TVP,
good one
do you
was,
think
but still a good friend of mine, Damien Mortar, a bloody good vaping. Him and Big Tom started out vaping and reviewing clones. They had a channel together. They always did clones, but he had Safer Vaping, which was the like echelon of elitism, anti-fucking cloners. So you know, you can't be an hypocrite. You can't be an hypocrite. It's one or the other. You know,
Mark or TVP, do you think some of the reviewers change their stance whenever they release a product?
no,
And
because
some
I
may
didn't.
think
I
somebody's
didn't.
I know you have, but you haven't changed, but you didn't. You've stayed the same throughout. You're just used the same mentality. But some other reviewers, whenever they bring out a product, then if it gets cloned,
I don't think. I genuinely don't think it's that. I think once they get a little bit of success and get a little bit successful, where you know let's face it, we're the minority. You know, the pro cloners are the minority. There'll always be that army of pole smokers out there that'll give you shit. So we are the minority, and I think when reviewers get a little bit of success, whether it be 5,000-10,000 subscribers, whatever, then they have to start thinking, am I going to, if I do these Zachary's, is that going to put my subscribers off? Am I going to start getting shit for it? So they pussy out. They pussy out. That's the only word for it.
Yeah, but surely as well, though, when they're on that amount of subscribers and everything like that, they're getting all the proper stuff, the legit stuff sent in for free anyway, aren't they?
Yeah, and that's another factor. They don't want to upset the legitimate manufacturers by reviewing fucking counterfeit, which affects them. I mean, who clones a Vandivape product? Nobody. So why it affects them? I have no idea.
What these people don't realise is that some of the companies that make the clones also make other stuff that they review. And I know who Daniel's aimed that comment towards. I know exactly who he's aimed it towards. He's a fellow dweller, Roy.
Sorry to interrupt you, Mark. Kieran's just coming here. These two reviews. His wife's been in hospital with a seizure. Kieran, I hope she gets well soon, mate, and recovers. Sending love and prayers, my friend.
I wonder where you were, Kieran. I'm really sorry to hear that. I really hope she gets well very, very soon. Crikey. With a C, we'll get on. Well, I'll get to that comment in about half an hour, probably. Yeah, I'm waiting.
Yeah, sorry, Matt. What were you saying then? I just wanted to address it. Like,
I was just saying, I knew who Daniel was aiming that comment at. I mean, that it's one of Roy's fellow shed dwellers. So,
no, of course.
You know, so. But he even refuses to mention my site now because I sell clones. But he did originally review clones himself. You know, so double standard.
Most reviewers do, and I'll tell you why most reviewers do, Matt. Because they're fucking cheap as chips. I used to drop about £150 a month in China, get, I don't know, 7 or 8 cloned Atties for the review channel. That's like 2-3 weeks worth of review stuff for 150 quid. It's a no-brainer. And they used to get the views they used to get was probably triple, quadruple the authentic gear that I was buying. So for me, it's like,
yeah, I agree, 100%.
Swirling
well, there's a market out there for them. People want to see them. People still to this day want to see that on YouTube. That's one of the questions I get asked the most still. Why did you stop reviewing clones? Well, I got overwhelmed with authentic shit. That's the reason why. Not because I'm anti-clone or anti-Zachary.
Anti-Zachary.
Poor Ed. Everybody picking on Ed. It's not fair.
Poor old Ed. And he works so bloody hard, doesn't he?
He does. He works tremendously hard for us. Poor Ed.
Swirling Monk makes a relevant comment. My only negative with clones is no testing or traceability. If it's not CE marked or tested in any way, and it has a health and safety issue, you're stuffed.
Correct, and I will address that quite simply and easily by stick to well-known Zachary makers. Your likes of SXK, your likes of Ulton, stick with them. Don't go with. So if you see a Zachary KF for, I don't know, $20, right, and it's a SXK, that's the one you buy. You don't buy the one for $12 because then you know that's going to be a pile of shit and definitely untested, and you don't know what you're vaping. And also, when you are buying Zacharys, especially from China or whether it be anywhere, clean it thoroughly first. Don't just throw a building and vape it.
I mean, these are YFTK, and I have to say, mine was, I don't know about you boys, mine was spotless. Absolutely spotless.
I always clean mine anyway. I clean any Zachary I get, I clean thoroughly. So
I stick.
You're right, Mark. If it's made by like Who Flung Dung and you've never heard of them, then
no, avoid it because you don't even know what kind of shit they're using for the O-rings, man, and you just don't even bother. Spend that extra $8. I mean, what's that? £4.5 Spend the extra, get a reputable YFTK, Ulton, SXK. You won't go wrong with them.
Just a quick question on clones. If you were to do a review then of clones on your channel, you can't put anything to do with clones on it, can you?
No.
So nothing at all.
It's not.
Don't mention.
It's a product from the clone manufacturer from Mighty Kit.
It's a YFTK Ed Zachary. That's all you need to call it. That's what you call it all the way through the review. You don't mention the K word. You don't mention nothing like that. You just stick to that. And then if they report your channel, you ain't got a leg to stand on.
Yeah, I got what you mean. Yeah.
Because I used to do them. I used to do Zachary's, and I did one. I think it was a dot mod one or something like that. Or was it who makes them Mac mods? The old Mac mods. It was something dot mod or something like that. And I did the review, but that's what I kept calling it. And I kept saying the C word, the clone word, and obviously they themselves personally reported the video, and I got a strike for it.
Really?
Which is fair enough. But if you word it correctly,
they can't touch it.
Like
even all the haters can report the video until they're blue in the face. Nothing
like Roy said, you may have seen something very similar to this elsewhere. That's what you said in yours, Roy, as I recall. And you know that's fair enough. You'll get away with that, won't you?
Yeah, that's all you have to do. I may have seen something similar.
Blame Roy. Eric, Naturevape bought Clone Mission XV dot mod. Glad I did. As not impressed. Glad I didn't pay 120 quid for it. Well, I've just. I think. Do you mean the dot mod? I think you probably mean the dot. What's it called? This thing. Here. I've just done a review on it, and my honest take of it is it vapes well, it doesn't leak, it's okay, but I think the dot shell is better. That's my personal opinion.
That wee dot shell, I can't fault it.
Yeah. No, it takes some beating. I mean, I use the dot shell in here that's in here now for so much. It's been my go-to day by day by day. It never lets me down. It's good.
So I wigged it for the review from Michelle. Oh, I don't know if it's Michelle, and for the review, should I say? But Michelle's been vaping on it constantly since, and she absolutely thinks it's absolutely fantastic flavor. But then again, I did use Naturevape coils in it as well. Whenever she built it the first time, she used coils that came with it, and she thinks that the better flavor from the Naturevape coils.
Always will be, Roy. Always.
Oh, all right, Greta, calm down. No, they are. In fairness, they are good coils. I tell you what, Mark, big fan of them aliens as well.
You tried.
I've had like now I don't know where you get these from. Do they come from overseas?
They come from overseas. They're machine coils. They're not handmade coils. They're machine coils. I've said it before. I'm really lucky with my contact for coils.
Yeah, and I've had aliens before, and you get them, and in the picture it looks like an alien, then you get them, and it's just a fucking fused Clapton. You're like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Never seen a fucking alien, but I'm impressed with the aliens. Really, really impressed. They are top notch, and I'm fussy. I'm fussy, me.
I know you're fussy, Mark. I know, which is why I was chuffed actually. You tried the coils because I know historically you've been a handmade coil man, haven't you? You've always liked your handmade coils. So, and I've had other people have said to me, they've emailed me and said, "So chuff for your coils." An alien that is actually an alien, not as you say, just a Clapton coil calling it.
Well, they're so reasonably priced, man. There's, like you go to even the deals I were making some handmade coilers. I'm taking out Chris Grimes, who really looked after me, by the way, and I wish he was still around. But taking him out before that, I'd spend upwards of £70-80 a month just on coils. It just got to the point where it was getting ridiculous because I was using that many. I'd review an RTA, put a brand new set of coils in, and then not use it after the review ever again. And it's like, that's £5 just on coils.
Yeah.
Gone.
There's J-Lo. Evening, Jay. How are you, sir? Well versed in gay questions. I don't know what that is.
That's about 2 hours ago.
Oh, I'm behind. Always behind.
Wouldn't be the show if you weren't.
So we'll a little chat on machine coils versus handmade.
Yeah.
I'd like to hear your take on this, Mark, especially because I know you've used a lot of handmade coils, and I'm of the belief, okay, in my head, I think, well, a machine making a coil can punch that coil out uniform, 100%, time after time after time, accurate, precise, consistent. Handmade coils, yes, they're made with love, and I love things like that. I really do. But the common opinion is that handmade coils are better than machine coils. Would you agree with that, and why?
I will agree with that because you get a reputable coiler like, I'm going to use him again, Chris Grimes, for example. He uses premium wire. And when I say premium, I'm talking top notch wire, okay, like the best wire money can buy. And I know what you're saying about machines can pump them out, so can these guys. They do it. They can do it with their eyes shut. Absolutely flawless, perfect every single time. So you're paying. And I was always like a big believer of supporting smaller coil builders. That was what I enjoyed to do. Show off their wares, give them a little bit of support, and chuck them a few quid and get the name out there. For me, they are better because they just use. It's like if you had fish and chips twice. One used like fucking trout or whatever it was, like carp, and the other's using premium cod. That's to me like a hand built coil from China and a proper handmade coil. I'm not saying probably the wrong analogy, carp and thingy, because they still vape well. They still longevity. Longevity is the key as well. So I could have a pair of Chris Grimes aliens in for 6 months, easily 6 to 8 months. Vape that every single day. Whereas with something a little cheaper from abroad, I might get 2 months out of it. But then the cost negates that as well. So I just put a new pair in. It doesn't matter because they were so much cheaper. So it's all up to the individual. Whatever you want to do. If you want to support local small coilers, then absolutely do that. You know, obviously you're going to pay a bit more money, but if you want to buy cheaper coils, then by all means do it. I'm not elitist when it comes to coils by any means.
TVP had it in the head. It's the wire that's used.
Yeah.
You know,
What? Yeah, so good point.
most of the ones you get with the RTAs, etc., are probably just cheap wire that they've got. They've got the coils made, bunged them into the box to give away the box with a couple of coils. Whereas your supplier may be using slightly higher quality wire, and that's why you're getting better quality coils coming from. But then, as TVP said, the small coil manufacturers, like we have one in Belfast, Voltage Coils or John Smith's Coils, they both, again, they use the most expensive and best wire you can get. So that's why their coils are more expensive. Plus, it's the time they spent mastering the technique to make the coils as well that you're having to pay for, because they'll have spent years probably learning how to and mastering the coils to become so good at it.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on. I was just looking. It's like the thumbs down just cascading down my window. It's like some group has just joined in and they've all agreed to thumb us down. So,
well, they can't help it, can they? They got to come in and thumbs down. All I can say is, you know, GFU. Like no one cares about your poxy thumbs downing.
Yeah, go and have a Pepsi in the North Bar.
Go and have a Pepsi in the North Bar, yeah, or go and have a tonic water in the North Bar. Fuck off.
Probably tonic water.
Yeah, that's another good point with Matthew. You can ask for, you know, specific ohmage and stuff like that with hand built coils. You can get them built to spec, which is another plus, obviously, especially if you want series builds or, you know.
Graham has just put at last Mark Naturevape wire spools. Could have told you before. Could have told before he ordered this month. Long. Yeah, they won't be in for a week or two, but it's only that one coil to start with. I'll see how well they sell and see if people embrace that idea. A lot of people just like them pre-wound, put them in, cut the legs, and off you go. So we'll see. I might have got that wrong.
Those were quite popular over here for a while. You know, a lot of the shops were stocking. Basically, they're called coil sticks. So they sold them little test tubes.
Yeah.
Longer.
Yeah.
And had a
they were better for me, Roy. They were better for me because have you ever had a spool unspool on you?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the worst feeling in the world. Honest to God, when it unspools and it just goes.
When it's normal wire, like round wire, that happens, Mark. But where's my thing? Have I got a hole in that one? No, with mine anyway, with the aluminium tins, and I had one here somewhere. You just get a screwdriver and punch a hole in the side and pull a bit of the wire through. You can just pull it and cut it as you need it, so they won't unspool either. So that's
but the old style spools with it on the plastic spool, and you just had a slot in what you slot the wire in. If you didn't put it in tight enough, it come out like a porn star's afro, didn't it? Like, oh my God, I'm just got to throw this now. Can't use that.
A lot of people saying sorry to hear about your dog. All the dog lovers, you see, Jackson. All.
Yeah, I've dropped it. I did drop a comment.
Yeah.
Thanking everybody for the support. Time words.
I am catching up with chat probably half an hour ago, but you know I am getting there. No, there was a reason for my question mark all become apparent about the coils.
What do you mean?
Well, that'll become apparent. Don't be so.
Okay, just no. Okay, tell me now. What is this like?
Doing some man-made coils, okay?
What, yourself personally?
No. We shall see.
We'll speak after the show, Mark, because you can't leave me in suspense like that, okay?
You probably want you to make them, Mark.
Starting with an alien, I think.
You know, nobody wants me to wrap a car, trust me.
Get the drill.
Right, okay, sorry, I'm flicking through chat as people are talking. A lot of there are about obviously Jackson's dog, and we discussed that.
Yeah.
And yep, saw your comment there, Mark. Put that in there. Massive thanks. I think it's an English thing, isn't it? We're all dog lovers, aren't we?
Yeah, I think it's definitely an English thing, isn't it? Definitely.
Black Country Vapor, True Juice, Blackcurrant, Raspberry and Lime is pucker. Thank you very. Yeah, it's what I use every day with the. I nicotine mine up to 9 milligrams by the, with the concentrate, which I've probably got a bottle there. Here's one. The concentrate there, and I mix it up to 9 milligrams. That's my vape of choice. Although you do find after a while, it's your favourite vape, but somehow the flavour disappears on you. Do we all find out?
Yeah.
Vapor's tongue.
It's quite bizarre.
Vapor's tongue.
Peter's asked, any news on the Reload S restock, Mark?
Yeah, hopefully won't be too long at all. This is all to do with, unfortunately, the postage. DHL, FedEx, and UPS now, I'm told, are also going to stop transporting e-cigs. So it's like the net really is closing in, really closing in. It's like we can't beat them legally because we can't ever stop them doing it. They'll make a mod with an RTA into a torch and they'll still sell it or whatever. So they're getting us. Well, if they don't get transport, they can't buy them, and it's almost that kind of thing. That's the feeling I'm getting in my head. But I could be wrong. Might not be that bad a conspiracy theory, but why are they stopping? Why have they had bottles of e-liquid blow up or a coil poke someone's eye out or something in a package? Do you know what I mean? There's nothing's happened, has it?
No.
There's been no batteries explode. There's been nothing like that. So why overnight say we are not transporting e-cigs anymore?
Because of America.
Well, it is. It is America. Yeah.
Laurie Bergman, if you're using 72 milligram Nick or 7.2%, whatever you call it, you want to be. It's 4.2 milliliters per 100 mil makes 3 milligram. So just double that if you want 6. So it'd be 8.4 around about there to make 6 milligram per 100 mil of e-liquid.
You've opened a can of worms there, Mark. You know that conversation is going to take longer than you've just said.
How easy is that? I couldn't have explained it any more simpler, could I?
Oh dear. I'm sure I've told Laurie about this before. And Laurie, I've made a YouTube video on how it's like. I nearly said e-liquid mixing for dummies. It is that kind of video, and it goes through it bit by bit by bit by.
Yeah, I say I think the actual technical is 4.17 or something like that milliliters to make 3 milligram. But I just wrote 4.2 will make you 3 milligram in 100 mil.
Hello, Tina, and a kiss from Tina. She probably put that about 20 minutes ago and is now no longer watching.
Oh.
Even though you called me an old twat.
Rajit, what in China is CE marked and traceable? Actually, that's another very good point, because I'm sure half the time they just stick a CE mark on it and there's nothing. I'm sure they do.
Well, they're only CE marked for the European market, aren't they?
Yeah, but they've still got to go through testing for that, and I'm sure some of the Chinese manufacturers think, to make them legal, we need to stamp CE on there. I'm sure they're convinced of it. Matt Benson, biggest problem with clones is the number of them I've laying around. At least with authentics, you can sell them top tip. Alton, how'd you Cabio? Is that right? Cabio is great.
See, Matt's a good buddy of mine, and I know Matt quite well, and he's the perfect example of he will buy a clone. If it blows him away, he'll go and buy the authentic because he's minted. So he's a try before you buy kind of geezer.
Yeah, I've done it. I've bought clone. I mean, I did it with that was a Reload product. Yeah, it was the mouth to lung Reload, and the clone was absolutely awful. It was running, the airflow didn't work. So I thought, well, let's buy the original. Everyone said it's good, so I did, and it was great. So I started. You could say it cost.
The original Reload RTA, the original one with that sharp top cap, was manufactured by the clone company Kindbright. They manufactured the Authentic and then manufactured the clone out of the same factory with lesser materials. So it was, like Rufus said, the Authentic out the front door, the clone out the back door.
Yeah. Quids in, aren't they?
But that's my point, T-Mark. If some of these reviewers knew who made the clones, they wouldn't spout off quite so much about the Authentic, because
What do you know how many companies SXK manufacture for? A lot of these fucking Nancy boys would be gobsmacked. Trust me, they won't be reviewing for anyone.
yeah. I know of more as well, but there's been no benefit to me saying it.
Well, all you have to think of, right? How do these factories like, YFTK, SXK, Ulton, how do they keep going? They can't just keep going off making the Zacharies. They machine for other companies. That's what they do.
Yeah. Thanks, Rufus. The Greta name is stuck. Raspa, how long does people use the Naturevape mouth-to-lung coils for? And what are good cleaning techniques? That's a good question.
I use the mouth-to-lung coil for about 2 months, 3 months, and a good. I've always found a really good cleaning technique is so once you pull the wick out, don't just dry burn the coil, because that's when you start degrading the wire. When you dry burn it dry, get some water, cool water under the tap, and just pulse it gently, and then stick it under the water. Pulse it gently, stick it under the water, give it a rake, and you're good to go.
You've just
Make the water as hot as possible, though.
You're just taking the words out of my mouth, Mark. That's exactly what I do. I almost punch it under the tap. And that if you do like pulse it and have the tap running and then just touch it under the tap, and as Roy says, don't get the mod wet as well.
Yeah, don't.
And quench it, you'll just see all the crap just fly off it.
It just falls off. Yeah. Whereas when you dry burning all that off, you're degrading the wire.
I don't dry burn it. Once it's been used, I don't dry burn at all. I make sure the hot water's on. The water's as hot as I can get it. Pulse it up, stick it under, and maybe do that twice, and they come out fine for me.
I do the same, but I do it on the Aegis Mark, waterproof.
Jackson's like just getting the whole thing wet. Not even asked.
Have you done a review?
Jobs are good.
Have you done a review for that, Jackson, or not?
The Aegis mod? No, I haven't actually.
Oh,
no,
you can't.
I haven't.
You missed a
It's
trick.
a bit old now. If I got to do a review on it now, for one, it hasn't seen its better days. It's a bit bruised and bad here, there, and everything. So it'll look a bit outsourced, and it's people probably look at me thinking, reviewing something that's battered.
Do you know what video he's gonna have up next? Like coil cleaning techniques, coil burning techniques.
Yeah, man.
And to be honest, Mark, why?
No, I think I'll do one on the laptop. How to not get no sound.
One of the most views I got for reviews was Space Coils done the easy way, and I don't know how many views I got, and it's still on the YouTube channel. I got thousands and thousands of views on that.
Didn't you wrap that round a fucking screw?
You watched it, you see, Mark.
I've seen it. Of course, I've seen it. You wrapped it round a screw.
I wrapped it round the screw and undid the screw on the coil.
It was amazing.
Perfect Space Coil. That's the kind of way my head works.
What I don't get, what is random though, what I've noticed with a lot of reviewers, everyone, is they all sort of have some sort of video, even if it's single juice, that have got thousands of views on, and then they come back down again, if that makes sense. Do you know, just like a random juice, just a normal everyday juice, and it can have 13, 14, 15,000 views on that one juice.
Who's got I don't think I've ever seen.
Well, and then the views come down.
Yeah. So say like what I've noticed, because I know this sounds stupid. I'm going to make a look at myself like a fool. I done a juice because obviously you buy stuff. So you buy juices in because they're cheaper than buying, say, an RDA or an RTA. So, my aim is to try and do like some sort of mod RTA or something, then a juice, right? Just obviously because it's the price. So I had a look around. I have been looking around, and you see other reviewers, right? You'll see, for instance, ballpark figure will say 10,000 subs, right? and then they'll put a juice review out. That one juice gets 15, 16, 17,000 views, and then they'll put an RTA out, and it come all the way back down to say 1,000 views, and then their reviews even out like 1,000, but that one juice has got 16,000.
The buying views, trust me, I've seen it before. The buying views, and after you keep your eye on the video, and after 3 months, maybe 4 months, YouTube will spot that. They'll spot all the bot views and put it down to normal, and it might have 500 views. And the buying views, that's all they're doing.
I was going to say,
I've seen it a million times. Trust me.
Because I'm out there searching for random juices.
I've never seen
a few views.
Juice review get that many views. Whoever's done it, that are authentic views. Never.
A question for you regarding juice reviews, right? Obviously, the thing with juice, it's very subjective. It goes on the coils you're using, coil placement, and everything like that. So, you know, it's going to be different. But should you, in a juice review, say how long your coils are going to last with that specific juice? Should you say how long it's going to take for your re-wick? Should you include that on a juice review? Your opinions on that?
I've been on fucking Top Chat all night. What a say it, Tina. What a
such an amateur.
Northern twat.
Literally all night I've been on Top Chat. What is wrong with me?
Well,
but yeah, Jackson, definitely buying views, the bot views. Take no notice. Like I say, I think YouTube do a sweep every 4 or 5 times a year. So they'll sweep it, see that all these bots have watched it, and drop it down to, you know, if there's 400 views, that's what they'll put it down to.
Ah, yeah. So I just think, how the hell I need to go out searching for a juice that's no one's ever heard of or something like that. You know what I mean?
No, Mark's spot on. No one's that interested in any one flavour of juice. You know,
like I just said though, with the juice reviews, do you think, obviously, like I said, it all goes on taste, you know, subjective. It goes on coils, it goes on coil placements, tanks used, RDAs used. Do you think on a juice review you should say, well, this juice lasts so long on these coils, you need to re-wick it after this amount of time? Do you think you need to add all that into a juice review?
Definitely. You need to know whether it's like a coil killer or not. Absolutely.
Not a coil killer. But I don't think you have to go too in depth with it.
No, not too in depth. You could say, look, this doesn't last as long as a lot of other juices. It's quite sweet, so just be prepared if you're using an RTA to re-wick once every 4 days or something. That's just keep it simple like that.
You started off doing juice reviews, Mark. Was yours under what? How many minutes?
Yeah, we talked about this yesterday. I was 3-minute juice reviews.
3-minute juice reviews.
And I never did a single review under 3 minutes.
but the idea was good. That it was punchy. You've only got to watch this for 3 minutes, probably 5. But
short, sweet.
Because
I used to watch juice reviews, Mark. Again, not mentioning any names, but there'd be a juice review and it was 20 minutes long.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't want to sit through a 20-minute long fucking of you tasting a juice and picking out fucking Sicilian orange. All right. Is it good? Is it decent? Is it worth the money? Is it a cold killer? That's all I want to know.
Captain Parker, I bought so many juices because of that man. I'm tasting raspberries. I'm tasting blackberries on a summer's day, and I'm tasting this, that. And I bought the juice and thought, it's awful. How did he say that? But
I remember back in the day. Do you guys remember Kelvin Guy? Kelvin Guy reviews. I know Roy will.
Yeah.
Mark, you won't know him, Jackson, but he was a particularly special kind of melt back in the day. And he did this review of this. It was a lemon juice. Now, clearly on the description, on the website, on the bottle, it said made with scintillating Sicilian lemons. Bear in mind, this guy was like, you know, a roller cola drinker from Birmingham. And he sat there on this review telling me, I think I'm picking out, is it a Sicilian lemon? And he sat there going, like, you've not read the description, you twat. Like, what is, come on. Who could you pick out a Sicilian lemon?
What is a Sicilian lemon? I can't even say it. Never mind picking
It's a lemon from Italy. It tastes like all other lemons.
I think Mark and Tina think they're on Ghost. Ditto. And Laurie, I wasn't being mean, Laurie, honestly. I don't think I was. And she said, I've got your juice already, Mark, and the heads out. I'm chuffed to hear it. That all went all the way from here to South Africa. So I'm sure it's South Africa.
We did talk her into getting the Zachary, didn't we? So it'd be interesting to see what she thinks of that.
Exactly. That was Ed Zachary. That was
Ed Zachary.
That was going to be my next question. And what do you think of it, Laurie? You wait. I haven't tried it yet. Kenny, good evening to you, and don't worry about missing bits of the show. Thanks for checking in. Adrian Mason says, Roy, you look bored. You're not bored, are you?
No, I was intently listening to the conversation that was going on. You and TVP were in
Roy's a
full flow.
listener. Roy's like a sponge. He takes it all in, you see.
Takes it all in. Digests it and comes out with a comment, usually a belter. Shrek Soma Kangatech making everybody else's cause. Yeah, but I can't say anything about that, you see, because I copied theirs and made them more better. So
it wasn't Kangatech, was it? It was
yeah, it was
I think at one point it was Uwell made 90% of stock coils for everyone across the board. Uwell made Smock coils, Horizon Tech Freemax. Uwell manufactured them all.
Kieran, bless your heart, Kieran. You tell him. Go and drink the North Bar.
Yeah, back off. Get him off, pub.
Get off my turf. Go and eat your pick and mix in the North Bar.
Well, we've got 70 thumbs up now and 16 dislikes, so that's made me a little happier. Listen, all these losers and saddos, if you're just going to come here just to thumbs down, just what's the point? Have you nothing better to do with your life? Like, seriously.
I was like, I did a live last week. I was looking at the analytics on it, and I had nearly as many people who weren't subscribed to me watching the show for the amount of time watched. I don't care. It's giving me watch time, but it's just so sad. You know, there's ones that they'll watch the whole show, but wouldn't drop you a subscription. I'm not that interested.
Just arsehole, right?
Yep.
I mean, Roy, you continue with your reviews. You march on relentless, don't you? I got a lot of respect for you. You get a lot of grief at times, don't you? And it's just water off a duck's back. So
if they're picking me, they're leaving somebody else alone. That's the way I see it.
A lot of that's down to who you used to associate with, Roy.
Oh no, and I know, and like I associate with that crowd because of a relationship at that time, but it sort of opened my eyes to what's actually going on in sort of the UK vape scene. And that's
when you say relationship, you're not talking about the antique piano, are you?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm with you.
But that opened my eyes to what's going on in the UK vape scene. But the one thing that has stayed the norm, and you're still just as big a dick as you have been from the very first day that I watched you. But you've stayed constant, and you know that's the whole thing about that. You were the first vape reviewer I watched. I got a lot of stick from the other side because I always said that I watched your reviews and still was friends with you, and I got a lot of stick for that. But I didn't give two sweet fiddlers because there wasn't going to be anybody, no matter who it was, going to tell me who I could watch and couldn't watch and who I couldn't sub to.
Well, that's quite similar to Mark's situation, weren't it? When Mark were getting all them nonsense comments and threats of, you know, we're going to shut your business down and this and that. If you don't, why you keep associating with TVP, all this nonsense.
Bullshit, that is.
I'll associate with TVP because I want to.
Exactly.
And we're buddies.
What people have got to remember, though, at the end of the day, it's vaping. Do you know what I mean? It's vaping. That's all it is.
It doesn't
exactly, Mark. I've said this for years, right? It's not. We're not talking life or death here. We're not on Wall Street. We're not playing with millions of dollars here. It's fucking vaping. Okay, we're reviewing vape products.
Yeah. It doesn't put food on our table. It ends up costing us money because we have to end up buying vape and the gear to do it.
It does when I tell Michelle about something new, Roy. Yeah.
Roy's like, can you just put congratulations winner on my parcel?
It's not me, Mark. It's Michelle. And all Naturevape has to do is mention the word .mod. That's it. If you put, no matter what, the only thing I know for a fact, if you put the .mod stick up, Mark, she wouldn't buy that. Anything else .mod, Michelle would be like, take my card.
You'll have to tell me.
She obviously a .mod fangirl then.
Old
She
Pam.
is 100% .mod fangirl.
Jackson, Daniel has got a suggestion for you in chat. I don't know if you've read it. One juice, two outcomes.
That's how I do them, yeah. One juice,
All right.
two outcomes.
Yep.
Yeah, that's how I do it, yeah. So I'll do the juice, and I'll test it direct lung and mouth to lung and give my opinion on something a little bit different.
Adrian Mason, once you have a decent RTA and mod, then it really is all about the juice and far too many fall way short. Yeah, I wouldn't disagree.
It is, yeah. No, yeah. Once you get a fantastic RTA and you start putting juices in that you thought was amazing and they're a bit lackluster, it's all about your setup to get the best out of a juice.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Rob Gain, TVP, those thumbs down are all from the ones that are jealous that your RTA has been made while someone else has got kicked to the curb.
I've actually got 2 on the go at the moment, which is frightening. Yeah.
Yeah, that's exciting stuff, isn't it, Mark? That's exciting.
Yeah.
When do you get a prototype?
Apparently they've sent it. I've got a picture on my phone here. It's been sent, so anytime now.
So now I've caught up in chat. Who in chat would like to see a picture of the picture?
I don't know if I can give you a picture. I don't know if I can give you like a full on.
You did it on your own show.
Did I?
Yes.
I'm sure about that.
Yes, I'm sure about that. You did it in your live. You showed the picture of the picture.
I'll show you like 2/3 of it. How's that?
Yeah.
No, that's no good.
Well, that's it. Here, all you have to do now is go back and watch Mark's live show, and you'll see the top part of it, and then put the 2 bits together, and you've got a whole thing.
That's the prototype there. So that's all you're getting, I'm afraid.
Oh, yeah.
And you showed
Well,
us
the other one. So I'm legit talking about making an FP version 2, and it's with the ex-owner of Blitz Enterprises. He's now moved on. Mr. Jam Woo, you know Jam, Mark.
Mm-hmm.
And he wants his first product to be with me. So yeah, we're talking. He's waiting for the designs, which I'm still working on. So exciting times, man.
I think he liked me and you because I think he had respect for us because we were straight with him, weren't we? Very.
I remember when I first when they come over, they only come over to Expo once, and Jam come over, and he was on the stall, and I didn't notice him at first, and I was walking past, and all you could hear was TVP, Mark, and it was Jam, and he come over and give me the biggest hug, like a tiny little dude. But yeah, we had a good chat for about 45 minutes at Expo, and I just got a message out of the blue about 2 weeks ago. So yeah, FP version 2, man, why not?
Yeah.
Well, obviously you'll be hearing more about that both on Mark's channel and on here as time progresses, and obviously the juice as well. We've hit nearly 10 o'clock.
That's flown.
I know.
Yeah,
I do.
What goes wild quick?
There's a couple of things I meant to bring up earlier. One is this: I use a platform called Ecamm Live, which sometimes gives problems, especially to Jackson when you try to mix it with Windows. It doesn't want to mix because it's a Mac system. But they have updated the software and they've done some really jazzy things with it. Things that I can do. A lot of the back end stuff, which wouldn't make a lot of sense to a lot of you, but it's supposed to make using it slicker and more professional. I can put it in preview mode, set up the video while I'm talking to you, play it, and then go back to live mode and so on. I can also ban people in the comments, right from the comments, which I've never done.
I'm going to be banned soon.
I've never done yet. I leave that to my spanners in the main and still will do. But you know,
I'm still waiting for my spanner. I'll be waiting I'll be old and grey, won't I, by the time I get a fucking spanner.
What do you mean you will be old and grey? You are old and grey.
You'll have to wait for Christmas now, Mark. So you don't need a spanner. You can sit there and blast it on a microphone.
I'll tell you what though, Mark. So you look at the Ecamm now, where actually, we can see instant what we're doing. But you look on the YouTube, and the YouTube looks crisp, man. It looks crystal clear.
Does it?
Yeah, like pucker.
Yeah, good.
Even Jackson's looking good tonight, I've got to say, man.
And Jackson's looking
Really?
Yeah, you're looking.
Must be the lighting.
You're looking. Honestly, Jackson, you're looking pucker tonight, man. Your camera's like fucking on form tonight.
Nah, you're bullshitting me here. Why
Dude,
me
I'm not.
fucking up? I've definitely got fucking trouble with this shit.
Jackson, I told you that right at the very start.
Yeah.
I told you
yeah,
that.
no,
right at the
Roy,
very
you did say right at the start, but
You're in full HD. I can see every line on your face, bro. Like, seriously.
No, you don't want to see that. I'm hitting 40 now.
So I have also
move away a bit.
I have also got another topic that I was going to discuss tonight. We'll run out of time, but you guys all know what it is because I touched on it before the show when we were talking. Do you want to spend another 5-10 minutes and just talk on that, or close us off?
Go ahead.
We're all ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. What I'm about to say cannot be construed as financial advice because I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not licensed or anything. This is just.
Hang on to get my book out. Hang on. Need to take notes.
This is just me being me, sharing my thoughts of something I think is going on at the minute.
Roy's taking notes here, like.
Are you ready, Roy? You need a fresh page. That's it, fresh page.
Fresh page.
So my thoughts are this. I don't know if anyone in chat is interested or has got or collects silver. Now, I've been following silver for some time. It's just a metal that intrigues me. It's a metal they use in manufacture, obviously. Electric cars are going to need a lot of silver. Solar panels are going to need a lot of silver. Everything we produce needs televisions, needs silver. A lot of it never gets recovered. Think of your TV, Jackson. It's going to end up at the tip in landfill. That silver's lost. And I know it's only a tiny, tiny, tiny bit of silver, but it's going to go and get lost. And there's not an unlimited supply of silver that they mine. I know I'm talking extremes. So that also got me to thinking about silver and buying some silver. Now, if I skip across, now there are obviously different ways you can buy silver. You can buy silver on, in the form of stocks, silver mines, or you can buy physical silver, and there are ETFs and things like that. Well, you can also, if you buy silver from somewhere like the Royal Mint, you can have it stored in their safe. So you don't need to think, God, I can't keep silver because someone might break in and I'll lose everything. You can store it with them, or of course, get a safety deposit box, whatever you want to do. So, see if I can cut across.
Oh, very professional.
I've gone on to the wrong thing, but not to worry.
Very professional.
Do you realise, Mark, I'm going to be investing in silver when the show's over?
You're going to be well, I think you could do worse, Mark. I think you could do worse. If I go on to this one here, get rid of some comments for a second. This chart, can you all see it? Yeah, I've done it right. So this chart, in 1980, silver was valued at, this is in dollars, $47. And in 2011, it was valued at $48. And today, can I cross this one out? Yep, without losing everyone. Today, it's $25.2 as we speak. So something that was worth in 1980 is worth less than it is now, a precious metal. That just astounds me. And yes, I know it's taken a massive dip, look, and gone back up. And
yeah, but look at the dip there, Mark. So from the 1980 spike, go down to at its lowest. What was it at then, and what year was that? Because we can't see the year.
Right, to its lowest, 1992, 92, 93, about where my paw print is. It was then $3.6. So
$3.6.
That's a massive dip, I know, a massive dip. But They talk about in stocks and things a cup and handle. Well, this is just one massive cup and handle. And then after the cup and handle, the theory is it takes off. But whether that will or whether it won't, I don't know. But I can just see massive, massive inflation, and if you've got money in the bank, that money is worth less and less and less as days go by. It's the only with inflation, your paper money is worthless. Really, it just gets.
It is. It is, and but the only trouble is, Mark, a lot of people now are getting caught up in this cryptocurrency.
Bitcoin, etc., has exploded, and yes, it's the. But what have you got, Mark? You've got something on a PC that tells you it's worth something. What have you tangibly got? You've got nothing. So if you go now to, I'm going to go to Royal Mint and search. I want to get off that if I can. I can't. Get off. Thank you. Royal Mint, and go to invest silver bars. This intrigued me as well. Now, Royal Mint, you would think, would have many thousands of pounds worth of silver bars. But there is these ones down here, out of stock, out of stock, out of stock, out of stock. These are in stock. So 100-gram bar, which is a tiny bar, really, £102 worth. Let's see how many they've got. I bet it's. I'll just tick it up by ones because it won't be many. They've got 11. That's like £1,000 worth of silver from Royal Mint. That's all they've got.
They had 12 before we started the show.
Yeah.
No, it was 11, weren't it?
And the only other one they've got in stock is this Una special edition, limited run. There was only 1,020 of them made, I think.
Look at the price of that.
That's £293 to buy one. How many of them have they got? They've got 13. So what's that worth? So Royal Mint have got a sum total of £3,000 worth of silver. Don't you think?
Yeah, but again, Mark, the trouble is all these youths now. Investment is like massive in it at the moment, whether it be cryptocurrency, whether it be precious metals. Everybody is looking to invest their money because, like you said, money now, cash money, is becoming more and more worthless as time goes on. So things like precious metals, things like cryptocurrency, that's where the money is. That's where the money making is, and that's where the investment is. Long-term investment, especially.
It is, because the only reason it is people think that Bitcoin might become our currency, because it's like the dollar at the minute is the main currency of the world, isn't it? And there's talk that the dollar is becoming worthless because there's two ways a government can get us out of the mess we're in with all this money borrowing and money printing and all the rest of it. One is to up the interest rate, and the other one is to create inflation. Well, if they
let me ask you something then, Greta. How do you see possibly Bitcoin becoming like a main currency? I can't see that personally.
I can't see it, but Tesla are already taking it as a payment system. Visa.
No, you can take it as a payment, but as far as being like one of our main currencies, it can never happen.
No,
because it's Bitcoin's with so few people now, especially the vast majority of it sits with so few people that how can that's impossible. What about us?
I agree with you. I personally, I don't think it will be Bitcoin, but I think there'll be something that will replace the currency, because years ago, of course, currency was related to gold. Gold was the currency, and the dollar was priced off gold, wasn't it?
Well, they used to trade in gold. They used to trade in gold and silver. That was, if you wanted to buy a product or whatever back in the day, it was two gold coins or 2 silver coins.
I forget the president now, but I think it was in the 70s at some time. They then took that away as the money system, didn't they? So, which is why now the Fed can print all this money and do what they want. But they won't up the interest rate, Mark, because they'll crash the economy. So they can't.
Exactly.
So they have to raise inflation. And it's the best way of saying, well, it wasn't us. Things just got dearer. But what's the best way to wipe the debt out? Make everything twice as expensive, and then it'll wipe that out. So if you've got money sitting in the bank, you are losing money day by day by day by day. Because that
invest it in some, like I think you said before we went live, you can see silver hitting what, $50?
I can see it hitting $50, and I
within
can see it
what kind of time frame?
Within 2 years. I can see it double
within 2 years, exactly. So if you invest, let's say you've got some money in the bank, like 1,500 quid, you invest in some silver now, you could double that easily within
you
2
could
or
double
3 years.
But it's a hedge against inflation, really, isn't it? It's a way of holding your capital, your money. It's a way of not falling behind. And gold is no different in a way as well. Why are China buying copious amounts of gold at the minute? Why are Poland?
Yeah, but gold's like, you look at gold and it's like
silver's even full of that. The silver's like your wild girlfriend compared to gold. Really, gold's a little bit steadier, but it's just that, it's interesting to me. We won't, I didn't want to go off topic for a massive amount of time with it.
It fascinates me, Mark. It fascinates me. So I've recently just invested some money in cryptocurrency. Now, not a massive amount because I have no money, but I put like $60 in some crypto, and I'm currently sat at 105. So there's something in it. There's definitely something in it, and I think if I've got more money, then I would definitely look at maybe investing in some silver, getting into silver, and getting into more cryptos and stuff like that. Because, like you say, money is, in 10 years' time, the currencies could be fucking useless, could be worthless. What is it? Look at when we were kids, man. You'd get a pound, your old nan or whatever, to flick you a pound. The shit you could buy with that. Someone flicks you a pound now, they laugh at you. Fucking quid. Give your kids a quid now and see what they do.
I know. Matt Benson's right. There are a fixed number of them. He's talking about Bitcoin. You can't add any more to the system. So I agree with that. Adrian Dean.
This is why it can never be added to one of our main currencies, because there's only so many made.
Yeah. But that just makes it worth more per Bitcoin, doesn't it? But
it is, but then
I'm not going to profess to understand Bitcoin. I don't.
But then the rich get richer, and we're fucked still.
This is all designed to the top 5% will get a lot richer, and who's suffering, Mark?
We are.
The people with very little finances are the ones suffering and struggling. They really are. I firmly believe that. So the one thing I would say,
smashing a JD there, son. Bosh. What's it like, that apple?
Oh, banging. The apple's
is it?
Banging.
Shit,
yeah, the apple's banging. Yeah.
So I noticed that not many comments in chat, and I don't know if anyone's interested or not.
No, there was quite a few comments actually about crypto and investment and stuff like that. There's quite a few actually.
Yeah. Technology took all precious metals. Graham Mavely, yeah. So and they have, and that will only get more. Think of the solar panels, and they take a lot of silver. Think of how many of them are going to go on roofs.
Think this though, Mark, and you hit the nail on the head earlier. So cryptocurrency like Bitcoin have a cap. No more can be made, just like silver and gold. Once we've mined it, that's it. There is no fucking more. Unless we start mining other planets. There is no more. It's gone.
I think
and there will come a point. I know people say, well, it could be 1,000 years, but it's gone. No more. That's it.
Yeah. I think the ratio is, I think it's 70% of silver is used in manufacture, and 30 is made up of people investing, and buying it.
Well, you won't get your hard hitting mech mods, would you, without silver contacts and that? So what are you saying?
No, you wouldn't. There you go. See, another product.
All these gold-plated screws as well. Fucking wasting gold.
But as I say, folks, this is not financial advice. This is me sharing what's in this.
Don't believe in the show. Go and invest in your life savings in silver. Okay.
And Mark, did you see the wee comment from Tina? She wants to hear it all again after the show.
I don't think she does.
Is that what she said? She wants Mark to sit her down and talk her through it again.
I bet Tina's sitting down.
in more detail.
Oh no, not bloody Silver.
She did put, oh, not this again.
What's Wendy Blank put? You know, all those computer tech recycle centers deconstruct those computers and chemically remove all the precious metals, and they still make you pay for that. Take the stuff off your hands.
They do.
Yeah, they do. You're right, Wendy. Although there's an awful lot going to landfill that isn't, isn't being
well, to make it worth the while, you know, they're stripping fucking, hundreds of thousands of PCB boards and stuff full of gold, and you can't be stripping 10 because you're going to get about fucking a quid's worth of gold. But to strip 100, 500,000, then of course it's worth the while. But I totally agree with you, Mark. I think if I had the money, because I said to you before the show aired, I watch a couple of people on YouTube that I'm subscribed to who collect nothing but silver bullion, silver coins, stuff like that. Because even they say it's the future, that this is where the money's going to be because of technology and stuff needing silver.
I firmly believe it is, even more so than gold. I think silver is the way forward.
But obviously, I've got £1.29 in the bank, so I ain't investing in shit.
Invest it wisely, Mark. Invest it wisely. So there you go. I will stand to be counted in 2 years' time. If silver is not worth $50 or more, you can all call me a buffet.
I'm going to go back to the show and say to everyone in chat, fucking told you so. I've got $5 worth of silver now. What have you got? Yeah.
Mark it in your diaries. If it's worth tuppence halfpenny, you can all say, "You absolute idiot! I sunk 20 grand into that because I listened to you."
I've just put a reminder in my calendar for 2 years' time to check the price.
2 years' time, Mark will be on here looking like a fucking bum outside a real brick wall with like old hobo saying, "I invested 20 grand into silver." Tina left me, and now I'm homeless.
Rob Gain, if you ever watch them strip computers and such get precious metals back, it's such a toxic procedure. It is. It's very expensive as well. The chemicals alone are a lot of money.
Yeah, don't they use like acids and shit to fucking get it all out, man? It's mental.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you all very much indeed. Let's all say our goodbyes. We started with Roy, so we'll start with Roy again for his night.
Get the book open.
Where's your notepad?
In the drawer. Thank you to everybody in chat, entertaining us as usual, and thank you to the three co-hosts, TVP, Mr. Jackson, and Mr. Burns, Mr. Naturevape. Thank you for a great show, Mr. Burns. Thank you for the education on silver.
Well, it wasn't really, but it's the best I could do.
It was. And I'll pass across that way, actually, to Mr. Jackson.
Right. Yeah, no, cracking night as per. A massive thanks to everybody in chat. Massive thanks to all the support with the dog and everything, massively. And thanks to Mark for having me on the show as always. Thanks to TVP and thanks to Roy. And see you all again, same place, same time next week.
Always
legend.
I'll pass it over to TVP.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Thanks to everybody in chat. Really, really do appreciate every single one of you guys coming in, commenting, asking you questions. It's what makes this show what it is. I absolutely love it. I love reading all the questions, answering stuff like that. Although Mark's like an hour behind, I do try to, if it's an important question or comment, I will jump in and just proceed where Mark is up to. But yeah, really, really enjoyed it. Massive thanks to Roy. Massive thanks to Jackson. Jackson, you looked fucking puckered tonight on that camera. And a big, big thanks to Greta Thunberg for hosting. Over to her.
Oh, if I had that thing now.
You ain't got shit.
You ain't got shit, boy. Just reading Rufus, do catalytic converters still get nickel or nicked for the platinum?
They do.
They do. And there's safeguards now. And I also think one day they'll be trying to get that off the road because there's residue of that on the roads. So they will. You mark my words. I'm not telling shit. They will. So thank you guys. Lovely to have you all. Nice to have you with some volume. Jackson as well.
Well, no, long bloody last year. It took a week.
That's always handy. So until next time, folks, thanks for watching. All take care. See you next week. Bye for now.
All